became resilient in my life, and I'm going also to share with you how you can be resilient also. So for those who might know me, I've been a kind of person who have been struggling my entire life. My whole 24 years of life was full of challenges. I can't recall any time in my life where I was happy, genuinely happy, or even not in a survival mode. So my whole entire life has been a flight and fight mode. And some people don't even believe when I tell them about my story, because most of people don't think like I look like my problems. Of course, most of the time I don't look like my problems, but it doesn't mean I don't face anything traumatic in life just because I don't look like it. I just don't allow myself to look like I have problems. Most of you have known me through this channel, that I have been sharing my life experiences and my vulnerabilities, and some stories even are embarrassing to talk in the media. But I did this because I want to help others who are going through the similar issues to be heard, to be seen, and even to get help. That's the purpose of me making this kind of videos. I believe that resilient is not something you are born with. It's something you acquire over time through facing challenges, threats, and fears in your life. That's where you become resilient. In my case, things that have kept me sane through the things that has happened into my life, even sometimes looking back, I don't know how I survived. I don't know how I got out of it, because it was impossible to see what I have overcome in my life. And many stories I've not published in this channel, but I'm going to publish in this channel, so you'll learn so much more about what I'm talking right now and what I've survived and what I have overcome in my life. So one of the things that has kept me sane is to not look like my problems. Like, no matter what circumstances that I am in, I always make sure I'm smart. Like, I take care of my body, I take care of generally my looks. This helped me to gain composure on my life, because when things get hard, you feel like you are out of control. But at least taking care of my body has helped me to feel at least in control. Of course, you have sometimes where you cry, you don't feel like getting out of bed, and of course I've done sometimes just not taking care of my body also, but I always find my way back to making sure I look good so as I can feel good. So that's one of the ways that has helped me to become resilient when coping with my problems in life. The second thing is emotional intelligence. Guys, this thing is not easy. Into my case, to reach the point where I am now, it took a lot of emotional tantrum, like fight with myself and fight with the people around me. I mean, I did anything and everything just to make myself feel good at the moment. Because when you face challenges and you face something that you don't like, there's a lot of emotions that are going on in your body, and you don't know how to move yourself out of that state. But for me, what has helped me is just going through my natural process, like do whatever I can do, feel whatever I can feel, in order for me to just get myself to feel better. And on following my emotions, I've made a lot of mistakes. I don't tell people to just do whatever they feel to do at the moment. Even if you have anger, it doesn't mean you have to stab someone in order for you to feel better. No, I'm not asking you to act out of emotions. But if you can't, and you just can't help yourself, and you need to, make sure you do anything but not hurting somebody else. You can drink, you are allowed to do anything. Because for me, I'm talking on my experience, after I have done all the things to make myself feel better, and I have made mistakes along the way trying to control my emotions and facing the consequences of my actions, acting through emotions, that's where I learned to be emotional intelligent. So to me, for those who are capable, who are born with emotional intelligence, or have had it very easy for them to control their emotions, you are in a good way, you are in a good path. But for those of us who you just seem to can't control your emotions, and you don't know even how, because I was that kind of person. I didn't know how to control my emotions. Nobody has told me to control my emotion. Nobody has even told me how, so I had to explore myself. So if you're exploring yourself, make sure you do anything and anything that makes you feel better, except harming yourself and harming others. That should be the last thing you think when it comes to facing the problems. You can go out, you can yell, you can do anything as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else or you. But for me, I've learned to become emotional intelligent after facing the consequences of my actions. So the consequences were so painful, to the moment where I think of acting out of my emotions, I thought it is better I control myself rather than facing what impact would come after I acted a certain kind of way. So that's how I learned to control my emotion. So I'm telling this for those who cannot control their emotion and they don't know how. And emotion is like explosion in your body, and you want to fix everything in place, and at that time it seems like impossible, because everything is out of your control now. So for those who just can't, this is very raw, just try to control as much as you can. If you just can't at all, do anything, but make sure it doesn't hurt somebody else and it doesn't hurt you. And emotional intelligence, it doesn't come like you all of a sudden become emotional intelligent person. No, it is a practice. So through practicing, overcoming a certain kind of emotions, maybe fear, maybe anger, after practicing, okay, and you practice until you feel to the place where you can't anymore, you're allowed to do anything that is making you feel better at the moment. But it's something that should not harm others, or it should not harm you. Hope is another thing that has made me become resilient, and it's not because I've seen my future or I've seen any good news coming from the future, but just in having hope that this will not last, that everything will pass. And even if it will come another day where I face this another challenges, but it won't be this kind of challenges, it will be of another type, with another people and another environment. So I always have hope. I always kept my hope, because life without hope, you can't live, and you can make decision to take your life, because you already see the end. Meaning hope is like believing there is a door where you can't see a door. But where there is life, there is always a hope. The future is better, even if you don't see it, even if you don't know where that will come. Just have hope. Just know something good will come after this. Having that hope will give you some inner strength to keep moving, even if you don't feel like it. Another thing that has helped me is to live at the moment. This hasn't been hard, because I was like you, looking at my past and anxious of my future. When I was a little girl, I used to have this big dream of becoming a pilot, and also I had the dream of becoming a big person and helping my family and all that. I was so ambitious to the point I didn't have time for dating. I didn't even have time to wanting to take any chance in ruining my life. I was straightforward. I wanted to change my life so bad. When I was young, I now think that was what kept me sane and what kept me alive. I had a dream, but in my adulthood, I faced the toughest battle in my life where I felt it was bigger than me, and I've lost that dream. I've lost the inspiration of having that dream. So what do you do when you don't have that dream? You're just not motivated like you were young to pursue the dream. Is to live at the moment. Just enjoy little things that are coming in your way throughout the day. Just enjoy maybe eating your favorite food. If you wait for things to be perfect in order for you to enjoy life, life will pass you by, and you'll get old or even die without even tasting how life good can be. So you need to develop the ability to live day by day and not thinking about what is going to happen in the future, because bad things, you have no control of things happening to you, but you can control how you react to them. You might wake up today having everything and the next day lose everything. We are out of control. We just live by faith, but we are just out of control. Things can happen anytime. And what will make you alive is your ability to live day by day. Just live day by day and be grateful for what you have for that day, even if it's not the thing that you wanted. But as long as it's there, enjoy it and just be grateful. Let me give you a short story about me. So when I was married, my dream was this marriage. The marriage that I had was my dream, and once I've lost it and I was about to lose it, I felt everything else was meaningless to me. Nothing could make me happy, nothing could make me feel better, because this is everything that I wanted. But I realized that God wanted me to change the direction of my life, because He saw that where I was going to be lost. So He wanted me to change the direction of my life. And as painful as it was at that moment, but I let the pain sit with me. I was hurt, deeply hurt, for 2 years. Waking up every day, your heart is broken. For 2 years, 2 whole years, guys, I was in pain. I couldn't change the other person. I couldn't change the past. I couldn't change anything. So I had to endure until the day that came. It hurt less and less and less and less, until someday maybe I can be fully healed. But right now I'm in a much better place than where I was before. So what kept me sane was living the day. I took the pain throughout the day. I slept with my pain. I wake up with my pain. I did everything I could to soothe myself sometimes. Sometimes I was happy, sometimes I was sad. Sometimes I felt like I have a whole world in my hand. Sometimes I felt lost. And yeah, here I am today making this video to inspire you that it's okay. It's okay. As long as you are alive, everything will be fine. Guys, prayers is my another tip. There's nothing I can give you, but this should be number one. If you're already praying, you are in a good place. I was the kind of person who would go throughout the year not reading any God's word, not even praying, not even remembering if there is God in my life. I was that kind of a person. And it was a horrible way of living, because you feel like you have to be in control in your life. But you forget that the world and everything is in God's hand. He is in control. He is in charge. No matter, your effort is limited, but His effort is unlimited. He can go beyond where you can't go. He can go to the places where you can't go. He can talk to the places where you cannot talk. So you should pray, and pray hard. I was going through a phase in my life where I felt like that was the end. I faced so many things in my life, but this was a different one, and I thought I would not move forward. I really thought, and I was so lazy to pray because I feel like, it doesn't even work. Even if I prayed so many times, I didn't get answers at the moment. So I feel like, God is not going to listen to me. That's how I felt, but even if your answers will not get answered at that time, just pray. Even if you feel like God will not answer your prayers at that moment, He will definitely answer in His way, in the way that He wants things to go, not your way, but He will definitely answer. But the satisfaction of just praying, like handing over your issue to something which has greater power than yours, it gives you some sort of relief, and it gives you some sort of strength. And for those who don't have somebody to talk to, prayer is your best way. Talk to God. Tell Him everything that is hurting you. Tell Him your expectations. Tell Him your dreams. Tell Him who wronged you, who made you angry. Like, even if you don't have someone to talk to, you will have the relief, like you have released, you have transformed the negative energy, and you have given it to the Most High. And whether He will reply or not, or whether He will do it or not, but you will feel better. Nobody has prayed and feel worse after prayers. I've never heard that kind of story. So I'm advising you to pray, no matter the outcome. But God really answers, and He might not answer you at the timing that you want to be answered. He will answer on His timing, on His way, and He knows better than you. So everything that He's going to do for you is for your own good, even if it hurts you at the moment. Praying to God really, really, really gives me peace. Like, to this moment where I see every of my schoolmates is having a job, they are traveling, they are enjoying their lives. I'm here with nothing. I have lost friends, I have lost relatives, I have lost money. I don't have any money to start a business. But look at me here now. I am still sane because of what? I pray. And because I know this is not going to be my situation all the time. And I'm here advising you, because this is not just the single issue that I've been through in my life. I've been so many horrible things. And you can watch my other videos and see, and I will keep giving you my stories, every single trauma that I've been through, so that you can see how much this hurt me. Even sometimes telling my stories to you, it feels unreal, because like, what did this happen to me? I don't even sometimes feel like it's real. And sometimes even it's hard, it feels heavy to explain what you have been through, because you feel like maybe people won't understand you. Another thing, guys, that has helped me become resilient and through my situations in life is sharing my story. I share my story. I share my story with you. I share my story with any person that I meet in my life. And I don't care if they are going to judge me or not, but that gives me so much peace, and I can't carry everything within me. I have to share it, so as people can understand, like maybe through the way I act, so that they can see like where this is coming from. And also just sharing, because I can't carry this heavy burden thing in my heart. Just sharing for other people to just learn through me and connect with people with similar experiences. And yes, I've gained so many friends and so many people through my hard times, compared to even good times where I was laughing with some friends. And it is always fake when you gain friends when you are in your high moments. But when you are in hard time and you connect with people through your story, it feels the joy, the peace, the sense of validation that you get is another level. And even sometimes when you hear other people's story, it makes you feel better, because when you share, somebody else also share their story, so you feel like, okay, I'm not alone, and maybe the other person is going through worse than you, so you feel grateful, like even for yourself, you feel grateful for your story. So yeah, so sharing my story has been a very good way to cope with my hard times. Also, I would say another thing is get help. You don't have to suffer alone in this world. So if you have somebody you think they are capable of helping you, please go and ask for help. And if you don't have anybody to help you, you can go online. And even if online it doesn't work, there's always a way. Like, God doesn't close everything. He leaves a way for you to break through. You need to find your way. And you need to stop pushing the closed doors. The doors that are closed, it's for a reason, and you have to just leave it closed. Yeah, another thing that I can add on top of that is, if you have friends and family that are supportive, please go to them, ask for help, like spend time with them, give love, give help whenever you can. But if you are someone like me with no supportive environment or even toxic people around you, you're just you by yourself, you can go to God. You can talk to Him. You'll feel peace. You will feel like your case is being processed, and He will always answer. Last thing I can add is passions. Just learn the art of having passion, because resilience and passions goes hand in hand. And just allowing things to happen to you without you identifying yourself as them, and even without engaging with them, just let it pass. And even to the point where you feel triggered, as I said, your emotions are high and you want to act, you want to do something, do anything that makes you feel better, and over time you will have that art of passions. So yeah guys, I hope you have learned something from this video. I hope you have enjoyed in any way, shape or form. So if so, subscribe, share, like. I will see you in my next episodes and videos. Bye bye.